jumped in. No?
How are you?
Good, mate. So, has the stream started? Alright. So we gotta wait for Sparks now. Because he'll add the touch of class to this very sophisticated stream. I'm quite looking forward to Mozilla's goal/save of the season video. Did you happen to read that thread?
No, I haven't had a chance yet.
Well, he said he's gonna put a little compilation of his the community's top 5 saves for both Div 1 and Div 2, and also the top 5 goals for each division. So it's going to be very interesting what comes up. So he's going to post the nomination videos on Tuesday, and Division 1 players are not allowed to vote on the Division 1 highlights, and same with Div 2 players. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens and see who is involved. I'm hoping that one or two of our efforts are involved in the nominations, at the very least.
Well, they're an opinionated bunch on HBANZ, so hopefully they make them count.
I feel like one of your goals that you set up is pretty good. Sure, it was attacking for me, but
the one off the wall.
Correct. And then the one we scored in the second to last game. That was your cross, I think. You know the one I got, managed to get into the corner?
Yeah, well, I only done about 3 things right all season, so should be able to remember which one.
We didn't score it. We didn't assist that many for each other. So.
No, I think we had 3 assists between us.
Quality teamwork. I didn't really watch much of the other games, so I have no idea if there were any like highlight-worthy games. Like I'm sure there'll be 2 or 3 goals in the Piglets or Cubs games where they were just like cracking goals in amongst the like dodgy goals that got scored in the landslides that were.
Sparks just confirmed he's in for the game, so it'll be good.
All right, good. We can just listen. I'll listen to the nectar that is Sparks' commentary. Might as well bring up the spreadsheet so we can help Sparks out with the teams playing. We might need to get some stats up in this shit, Jason, so we can seem a bit more informed.
I don't know about you, but I'm winging it.
Isn't that what you always do? You enjoy the odd win. Alright, so we've got... Jesus. They have played an unchanged lineup the whole of league, Mario Brothers. They're the only team to do so as well. Were you aware of this?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I thought it was... I thought Fweshy had played a bit, but
obviously not. I was actually really surprised to see that. So 100 minutes for each of Mario, Davo, and Viper.
And the same in finals.
As far as I can remember, I think they played 20 minutes, didn't they? Each. In the games against Infamous. So go through the stats for Mario Bros. So Mario was the Golden Glove Award winner with 6.5 CS, so 65% of the time he was keeping a clean sheet. And he only conceded 9 goals in the 7 halves that he didn't sheet, which is quite a tremendous effort considering he's played against Infamous in 2 of those 3.5 losses. Let me have a quick look at the fixtures. I'm pretty sure they lost both times to Infamous.
1 draw, 1 loss, I think. Well, it was
3-2.
Well, it was a good effort by Mario on that with the clean sheets. Probably a bit more of an indication on the fact that they just couldn't score goals either. They were really struggling to score, so their opponents only needed 1 goal to win.
Yeah, and generally they didn't have very high scoreline. There was one instance where they scored multiple goals in a win, and then otherwise, I know one other instance against Date HD. Where else? They beat Lions 2-0, so they've got form running into this series. They beat them the last time they played them. In fact, the Lions have not managed to beat Mario Brothers this year, so Mario Brothers are running as favourite, despite the lineups seeming to be in the Lions' favour. So we'll see very early on whether Mario Brothers can show whether they can counter the heavy attacking unit that is the Lions.
They haven't, however, played each other since the Roman DeLoving trade either, which will be another X factor.
Was that after round 6? Was it?
That was May 3rd. The trade was, and they must have played that week.
Oh, a quick look. Round 6. Let's have a look at this face. Yeah, you are right. Roman was still playing. So this is a completely different. Yeah, they weren't quite happy with Roman's performances prior to this round, and I think this was the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm trying to. Where was DeLovin traded from?
Team Ebus, Bullworms, I think.
Oh, the Bullworms. Okay. The Bullworms almost did snatch the old victory last week, but it was a shame that they conceded in the way they did in the end. It was quite a anticlimactic goal considering how the series had gone. I actually quite enjoyed it. One of the best series I've seen for a while, actually. All right, yeah. So it was Roman, Dilza, and Sweetie that game where they lost to Mario Brothers.
Just think that extra firepower up forward with DeLoving, who's been a real good forward for a long time now.
I think
that'll
he
be
just
enough.
started to hit his straps too towards the end of that the rounds. He was starting to become a bit more consistent in his war kicks.
Yeah, well, I think earlier in the season he was, I think he was held goalless to the Div 2 famous side who didn't end up going on to make finals themselves. So
yes, that's true, and it wasn't even the full lineup here from memory.
no, Pat certainly wasn't there.
I'm pretty sure I didn't play that full game either. I think I gave everyone the turn and they come up trumps. I'm pretty sure actually that's how it went. They did a good job, so they earned the bickies, I think, the famous lads.
Yeah. So as for tonight, Mario Bros hosts first game, which will inevitably be on Mario's server, and most likely Dills for game 2 and back to Mario for game 3 if required.
And that brings us to the old issue of hosts, where we had a fair few issues last week with the Division 2 matchup between Cubs and IHFC, which was the 1v2. Um, what were your take? What was your take on that, Jason?
Um, I don't know how to say it without getting myself in trouble with one of the admins. I certainly think it was the room was deemed to have been playable. Whether or not it was, I don't know. I weren't in there, but admin in charge deemed it playable. A particular player on lines refused to play there. Just so happens to be an admin, which should be irrelevant because he has a vested interest in that game. Should have been
I
played.
think the I think the fact that that was sort of an unprecedented situation where you couldn't really force them to play in a finals. Like in round games, people are more than happy to sort of change and then end up playing, but I think they left it too late to have their last game played. I think I did miss the actual whatever happened during that time, but I think next time that comes up, they need to have a neutral host in as a backup, so this can't happen again. And as I've mentioned on numerous occasions, where in finals football, they need to have neutral hosts where they can take a pick from three, four, maybe five, and they can just say, all right, we want this person to host, please, and they have to have this in advance so they can organise it, and then everyone's happy because obviously people had a lot of time wasted between game two and the eventual non-playing of that match, which would have been frustrating for all involved.
Yeah, unique circumstances too. Having Drag on one side, it's pretty clear that he's the best forward in the Div 2 comp this year.
Yeah, he's
And
quite easily taken that.
yeah, and naturally, they're certainly going to want to give him every chance to be as low a ping as possible, and he gets that in kills room despite the spikes. So
Yeah, and you can't blame IHFC for not wanting to move the room when not all of the club players were voicing their opinion at the time. And I
yeah,
think that's where the confusion was.
yeah. Well, there was three that were happy to play. So for my for mine, they should have played.
And that's where, like, I know it was round games, but where we were playing in our round games, it was sort of, if we have three, we play, and that's just sort of what happened. Unless someone said that they were on their way or they were in and around ready, we sort of thought, well, we'll just get on with it. Whatever happens, happens. And at the end of the day, it's a 1v2, and you're playing for a grand final spot. But the team that loses is got a extra week to play, regardless of the result. And I think it was probably blown up a little bit more than it should have been. But it's what it is now, and hopefully we can not have this situation in the future where teams are a bit more unlikely, hopefully, to refuse to play in a host.
Yeah. So with 12 minutes to go before supposed kickoff, so that makes it probably 27 minutes off before real kickoff. What are your thoughts on tonight? Who's going to win? Who do you want to win, and why?
Um, this is a tough one because I think on paper Lions have got the lineup where they should win. They've got they've got Dilzer, who's quite solid in a keeper, but also Mario is obviously proven year after year that he is a very, very capable keeper and can just make sure he keeps goals out. And if if it goes to form, it's going to be at least one overtime match. So I think Lions will end up winning. Whether it's 2-0 or 2-1, yet to be seen. I'm still unconvinced that Davo can pull off the um, the carrying of teams, the old offense. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens in this first game. We'll get a feel for how the rhythm's going to go.
Yeah, yeah. For mine, I agree. I think Lions should win. Little part of me is hoping that Mario Bros do win, but that's for personal reasons there. I don't think Mario Bros have enough up forward to really break down the Lions' defence. Viper and Davo seem to be both forwards. I don't think they've got a mid as such. But at the same time, I don't think they're effective enough forwards to be able to do it.
I think if it's going to come from anywhere, Mario Brothers goals, it's going to come from a mistake from the back, more so than an actual quality goal
Yeah,
or
and
a defensive mix-up.
yeah, for sure. And I've said it before. This Mario Bros side could not score against pick number 37, 38. So yeah, sure, there was Dope Sayo on the field as well, but if you can't score when the side's carrying a bloke picked in round 7, you're probably going to struggle come prelim finals.
It will be interesting to see, though. I think playing in Mario's room 2 games in a row could make a big difference. And I don't know what the ping is like for Swoozy and the others, but it'll be very interesting to see. It'd be nice to see if they could give Flashu a crack tonight, because I think he could offer something a little bit different if they're not finding the back of the net.
Yeah, and it'd give an opportunity for Mario to show what he can do down forward. Like he's played forward a little bit during pubs, and um, if you might get to the situation where it's worth a crack.
Especially if they find themselves 1-0 down with a minute to go or whatnot, and they've got nothing to lose really.
I think
Um,
that's probably where Mario's captaincy's really failed is the backup plan. There is no backup plan.
that said, they did come second in the rounds, and they did come up against a red hot infamous team in the preliminary final, and they didn't disgrace themselves, even though they probably didn't play the strongest infamous lineup in the second game. But when push comes to shove, they've just got to perform tonight, and Mario will be hoping that his midfield and forward will lift tonight,
Well,
as I
that's it.
believe. Yeah,
A
you go.
week's a long time in 2D computerised footy.
Correct. The old fingers need to be warmed up for both teams, and I think they're doing that in Mario's room right now. As you can see from its full 10 out of 10 room. And we are kicking off in hopefully 7 minutes time.
Which, as you know,
Ah,
on HBANZ timelines means about 22 minutes.
correct. We will probably be pushing the old um, forfeit barrier, which is painful to say the least. But I'm hoping that they can go against the grain and actually start on time for once. But yes,
Keep hoping.
yeah. Lions favourites, not not out of it, but I'd have to say they have to play very well to get through for tonight. And on the other side of that is Infamous, who have only dropped one game this year, and I'm pretty sure that was because they were playing like absolute Broncos in that last round, or the second last game against the Lions.
Yeah, that was Lions game, and it was a dead rubber game. Um, Red Devil and Deco both missed a half each, I think. I wouldn't take anything out of that whatsoever.
And the funny thing about that is that had Lions been beaten that round, they would never have even made the finals.
Yeah,
They would have finished in last place.
and as it stands now, they're on paper the biggest challenge to the infamous
Infamous lineup.
hierarchy, I suppose.
And you'd have to say to Fank in this situation, he was quite unlucky not to have captained the finals team. So in the end, it's not just Infamous who they've hurt. They've hurt HC in this, who quite conceivably could have contended with Mozilla, Kuma, and who was the third other than Fank?
LCD.
And LCD, yeah. They could easily have contested for to be in this semi-final tonight had things gone their way in the last two rounds. But then again, they didn't put up enough points in the earlier rounds. In fact, they were the team with the lowest for and against by a long way too, with -14, and they scored 11 goals, which is the least of the league, with three teams being on 12, with three teams ahead of them, ironically. And actually, Barca's team was quite unlucky also. They had 15 goals and 19 goals against them, which wasn't too bad. Had they got another win, they would have also seen themselves in the final series. In fact, I'll have a quick look through.
With a short season, you got to make the most from day one.
Shows you how poor form from some players can really impact upon the league. Famous themselves saw how some poor form through the middle 2 to 3 weeks cost them a position in the finals with a big ask in the last week, but they didn't disgrace themselves, so didn't quite come up with enough. So yeah, Bay HC had a couple of draws here and there. That 9-0 versus Infamous really hurt their confidence.
For sure, and probably won Red Devil the Golden Boot as well.
Yeah, and Red Devil had a pretty solid season before that game, and then that just his first two games was solid at with Deco at the back and Dope. They just fed him goals for fun in that game. That was a pleasure to watch. I remember being in the room and just thinking, geez, I'm glad I don't have to defend against this, because they were just on fire. Who have we got? See, BHC has beaten Lions as well, so it's one of those things that shows how close Div One League really was in those bottom five places. Like Mario Bros did very well to be in the position they were in second place. They they drew against Infamous in the round 10, and then had a win against the Bullworms. Howdy, Sparks.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, all good. We're just going through the stats of recent games for each of the two teams and talking about how the ladder ended up.
Got to pull my spreadsheet up because I haven't had a look.
We were just saying how the Lions are a bit lucky to have qualified, considering Infamous put out a weaker team up against them in round 9, for which they beat Infamous 4-0, and that was the elevation they needed to sneak into the finals ahead of IHFC and HC.
funny because like I reckon Lions have a pretty good team, but they only won 2 games for the season, which is looking at it now, that looks.
I think they drew their first 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, well they drew 6 games for the entire season and only won 2, so they've got into the finals basically on a stack of draws.
Yeah, their first 4 rounds, they scored 2 goals, but they drew every game, which is an amazing feat when you think about it. It shows you how well they defended.
Rightio, so we're about to enter Mario Bros v Lions room, and hopefully we'll be underway soon.
Yeah, we were saying just before, me and Jason were saying that we expect Lions to win tonight, but they haven't actually played each other with the lineups that are expected to be tonight, because Delevan and Roman were traded after the second matchup between them, which was a good pickup from him, Jason, I must admit. All right, Delevan has been confirmed to be coming tonight, which was a bit of a worry, I think, for the Lions, just as his availability this year has been quite erratic. But Maxi definitely got the better of that trade earlier this year with Ebus.
Yeah, while he did though, I think Ebus got plenty of value out of Roman too. Yeah.
It's good to see trades that are fair for both teams, though. Whereas in the past, we've seen some quite one-sided trades.
Yes, well, I remember one day trading a chicken who was 3 weeks into his Hacksball career for a MKSEN who was at that time one of the top players. So,
And a very reliable player at that too.
absolutely. So good to see that things have turned for the better, I suppose.
Yeah, it is interesting because I remember leaving not long after Chicken had started, and to see him come back as one of the top 10 to 15 players in the league is good to see.
Yeah, I was in the same boat myself, and missed probably 2 years of, well, apparently not much happened, but yeah, good to see some of these young blokes become decent players.
And it's good too because it sort of makes the league in Div 2 a bit more competitive and makes it fun to just take a backseat and not take it as seriously with some of the more keen players. I know at Famous this year we had some fun with the newer players, and whilst we didn't manage to get enough game time for everyone, we saw some players who will probably be high picks for next season. Or I should hope anyway. And on that note, I should make a public apology to Sparks for the limited time that he saw on the pitch this year. I think he's just out at the moment. Jason, I think your volume for your stream's quite low, according to Ebus.
Rightio.
So
Is that better?
it looks like we're a little bit ways off for the kickoff. We've got DeLovin still to come, and who's the third for? Who's the keeper for Lions apart from Max?
Dilzer.
Dilzer, of course. And
Do 3, because I'm looking at the stats, and players I believe are only eligible for finals if they play 10% of game time. But Mario Bros have 3 players who played 100%, which means no one else has played, which means they've never made a sub this season.
yeah, we mentioned that before, and we thought that was quite interesting actually.
I think it probably puts you at a disadvantage, because if someone misses out, you can't bring anyone in. Legally.
I don't think they would be able to, but I suppose Mario's confident in the 3 that he has, and he's confident that they won't have any ping problems, I assume. But if they do happen to experience some, they could be in some strife. But I suppose Maxi, being the guy that he is, he'll probably allow them to have Weshi or whoever's available to fill in. Drop out, did you, Jason?
Yeah, I unlocked my phone and Discord opened on that because I had it open before.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what role the Loveman will have in this game compared to the last two instances that we've seen between the two teams. You'd have to assume that DeLovin will have a positive impact for the Lions. So it looks like we'll be having a team in a moment when Dilza or DeLovin enters the room. So we're not far off, hopefully. It's good to see Fleshy's in the room for tonight too. Correct. Players and haters, I did mention to him that I felt really bad for him, and it was just hard. Like I'd been under instructions from Dope to play a certain lineup, and unfortunately that wasn't the successful as I wanted it to be. And we were a bit unlucky that all of our players were present the majority of the weeks. So unlike most of the other Division 2 teams, we had a lot of choice.
Yeah, and that comes down to, I suppose, a captain giving a shit about his drafting and picking blokes that are going to show up.
And in regards to that, Doak did a very good job. It would have been nice if we had been able to give them an opportunity somewhere else where they were needed. Teams like, let me pull it up.
Gummy Worms, I think, was the big one.
Yeah, Gummy Worms desperately needed players. And that was just, yeah. So I'm hopefully next season that those players can get a crack, more of a crack.
There is talk of having an extra side too.
And that'll make a huge difference. It'll be very interesting.
I think it'd be beneficial though, because it'd mean, the obvious advantage is you get more players playing hacks, and you get more players playing in a competitive hacks ball, which is always beneficial for players.
It's the only way you improve is by playing competitive, whatever it is.
And they're more likely to turn up if they know they're going to play. Ideally, you have 4 per Division 2 team that are going to turn up every week, so you can make that sub if needed. But it's yeah. The Lovin's a cheeky buzzer. I agree. Apparently, DeLovin is at his girlfriend's place. So how will this affect his team? We are not aware yet. It'll be very, very interesting. Jason, I don't know, is your link to your thing just on the site? Oh, it is, okay. Because it wasn't coming up as active on the HBANZ screen.
Yeah, it looks like they've embedded it.
So does that mean they have to go off-site to actually watch it?
No, I believe if they refresh, it should be on the screen. Yeah, it looks like they've embedded it.
Looks like we're waiting on DeLovin to verify right now. Oh no, he just verified about 20 seconds ago. Yeah, DeLovin's ping seems to have spiked a little bit. So I'll be interested to see what happens. Sparks, are you ready to kick us off?
I am.
Alright, we'll let you do your spiel if you're ready.
So preliminary final, Mario Bros, who finished in second spot on the Division 1 table, going up against Lions, who finished in third. So it's pretty much where we should be at the moment in the preliminary, with first place on the ladder already into the grand final and second playing off with third. All in readiness now for the start of the game, and we are underway, or just about anyway. They've called it official. Mario Bros in the red with their 3 players who have the perfect 100 minutes for the season, Davo, Viper and Mario, who haven't made a substitute all season long. And Lions going with the same lineup they had in the semi-finals, with Dilza in goals, Diving and Swoozy as the midfield and striker combination, and Maxi waiting patiently on the bench. Here we go. Mario kicks us off with Viper going down the near side. Dilza gets his first touch of the ball, and already we've got a pause because it looks like Davo's lagged out.
Wow, this is not a good start for Mario Bros.
Davo was on 390 when I had a look. He's dropped down at the moment, so he should be all right in just a second. Mario to Viper. Swoozy clears away. Mario's a long way up. Swoozy has a first go. Mario pushes it into the corner. Swoozy goes again. Davo's almost looks like he lagged out a little bit because DeLoving was goal side. Mario is blocking up that corner area. Dills are a long way forward. I think we're going to ask for a restart here. Are we? Oh no, hang on. Is that a goal? It is. DeLoving's put it away. There's a bit of conjecture going on in the chat. And I think that one's going to count. 29 seconds into the game, DeLoving gets the opener. A bit of confusion here in the room.
I'm not.
Are they counting that?
I think it's a bit of a
It
warm
looks
up.
like.
Well, they called official before.
I'm pretty sure this is real.
They definitely called official earlier. Unless I've missed something in the chat, which I probably have, knowing me.
What bullshit's happening here?
Nick, I think. Please.
The chat's
Yeah.
going a bit crazy. They're saying Dills are scums again.
Right, so it looks like we're going to start this again. And we are. So that won't count. Restart of game number 1 here in the preliminary finals. Finally, we get underway. And this is official. Maxi's called it. Mario would have called it too. So that was a little bit of a warm-up. Anyway, Swoozy clears it away. Mario high in the attacking half. Davo plays it down for Viper. DeLoving blocks it off. Into the corner they go. Viper gets out. He's got Davo pulling back to the back post. Viper still tries to strike through. DeLoving has it bounce around him on the byline. Mario looking for that through ball. It only goes straight to Dilzer. Mario switches to Viper. Not a great wall bounce. DeLoving is in there on the halfway line, but Viper moves across. Viper down the line. Swoozy tries to block him off, and he'll track it all the way back to the corner. Mario down to Davo. Swoozy gets it out of the final third. Mario Bro is pressing early. Lions have barely had an attack in the opening 70 seconds of the game. Mario down the line to Viper. Attempts to bounce it around Swoozy, but he controls it nicely. And he continues to push forward. Barraging his way down the sideline. Mario comes in again. Viper's called for the pause. Viper on 216 ping at the moment. Everyone else looks okay. DeLoving's actually on 400 at the moment.
That was obviously it would happen before the game started, where he was pinging to 200, 250 before the game was even started. So it could be very interesting to see what happens the next couple of minutes.
The average ping of the room looks like it's it's sort of general Mario host, I guess. Everyone's around at 200 or 100 or 120. Right, here we go again. Not a convincing clearance from Dilzer. Viper and Mario attempt to rocket it. Viper facing the wrong way. He'll have to push it into the corner. Plays it safe. Swoozy down the byline. DeLoving was waiting. Viper again.
Well done from Viper there to get it out.
He gets a nice angle. Dilzer now. Playing that through pass, looking for Swoozy, but Viper and Davo plug the gap. Dilzer now on the sideline.
Good
Angling
pass,
it was
Dilzer.
good pass as well. Yeah, it was. DeLoving could have turned around, didn't turn all the way around. Mario
Hold this. Oh,
played a risky pass through. Viper Thanks
Ooh,
has joined the
shouldn't have
room.
left that. Needs to push him up.
Deals
Good
up.
from Dilzer.
The pass was open there from Swoozy to DeLoving. Davo comes across to block it out. Swoozy down the line. DeLoving tries to roll this one around Davo. He does. Swoozy pulls back to the middle. Davo
Good effort
did
from
really
Davo.
well.
Just a good
He-
cover from Sweezy though.
He impressed me a lot last week, Davo. His ability to get back, even though he is a forward. Well, Viper's actually scored the most goals, but Davo very good on the defense as well. Back to Mario. That one turned over. Swoozy will have a quick shot at goal. Davo comes across to block. Swoozy into the corner again. Davo lets it roll through for Mario, who clears, but Dilzer holds it up in the attacking half here for the Lions. Swoozy and Davo into the corner. Dilzer now playing that one central, but to nobody really. Viper was there.
It's been actually quite exciting game so far. There hasn't been any proper shots on goal yet, but it's been a good arm wrestle.
Dilzer squeezes that one out. Mario down the line. Viper blocked off from behind by DeLoving. That one slipped through. Dilzer will come out and clear it. Takes a ricochet and goes down to the sideline. DeLoving risky clearance. Goes right across the face of Viper. Mario down to Davo. He's got the crossing board if he wants to see Viper. Decides to go back for Mario.
Ooh.
Comes off Swoozy. Dilzer clears. Again down the line. Mario central. Davo. Just pushed that into the corner. Viper wasn't in the area. Dilzer wanted to run that one down the sideline. Swoozy takes up position on the front post. Line's clear. Mario.
There we go.
That's come to Davo. Swoozy almost had it roll through the line. Davo with the shot.
Davo.
Hits the post. The best chance of the game comes in the last minute of the first half. Swoozy now down the far side. Mario at the front post. Davo does well.
Golden opportunity missed from Mario Bros there.
Mario Bros clogging up that corner. Dills are now on halfway. Across to Swoozy into the final 30 seconds of the first half. Mario clears it almost with an unlucky bounce off Viper, but Mario was there taking up good position. Now DeLoving in some open space.
Mario
Davo
Bros
moves
needs to be
across.
really careful here the last 15 seconds.
Good clearance from Viper. DeLoving looking for Swoozy, who was just a yard short. And the Lions will see this one out with 5 seconds to go in the first half. Icing the clock. First half, 0-0.
I tell you what, Mario played an awesome half that just now. He was very good. I don't think there was a better player on the pitch. Dilzer did his job in goals. Didn't give up any easy opportunities. I think Lions were showing that they were a bit shaky there towards the end, but that could be more to do with the Lions. I think he was more surprised that he was getting the opportunity. And then, yeah, a goal that he probably would have potted every other round in the Hacksaw season. He just somehow missed to the far side of the post. Slightly late. It's a shame. That was a huge opportunity to break open that game. And that could have been a match-winning goal. However, half-time, still one more half to go. And it'll be very interesting to see how what Mario Bros start this half.
And it looks like DeLoving is going to be subbed out because he's not handling that ping well. Still on 360 and he's left the room. So it's going to be Angst who comes in to replace him.
Probably a good choice. I think Angst was probably almost the MVP of Division 2 this year. He had a lot of a part in the Cubs' wins this year. And I'm not sure how many minutes he played in Div 1 this year. But
No, I don't think he played many. it's kind of strange because they say you can't play finals if you played 10% of if you haven't played 10%. My apologies of games in that division, and I'm trying to find where the stats are. I get myself organised. I don't think Angst actually played any minutes in Division 1. No, he didn't. The only players that played Division 1 football this season, or Division 1 Hacksball, sorry, for this season for the Lions was Swoozy, DeLoving, Dilzer, Maxi, and Modric. So Angst shouldn't be allowed to play. And those players that I named should only be the 5 eligible players. And even then, I'm not sure about Rakitic because he played more D2 football than D1. So I think Max is that how it works? I think Max is the only player eligible to play D1.
No, I think they're
Or
allowed
is-
to play if they've played a certain amount of Division 1. But I don't think if they've played more Division 1 than Division 2,
That
so
so
they
that
can
only
play Division 2 finals. So if, say, Dilzer played 60 minutes in Division 1 and played
Yeah.
50 minutes in Division 2, he could not play Division 2 finals. But because he's played 100 minutes of Division 2 and 60 minutes of Division 1, he can play in both finals.
right. So it only applies if it's for Division 1, but not vice versa.
I think you
if
need
that
to
makes
play
sense.
a minimum. You have to get on the pitch in a game.
Yeah.
You've basically
Yes.
got to play a half of a game to be eligible.
No, you've got to play one game to be eligible.
I think you just have to make an appearance of at least one type of. See, it's a rule that's not very not very clear for everyone.
I think the 10% rule is clear, but it's just the whole crossover between Divi 1 and Divi 2.
Okay, minutes count for Div 2. Okay, it's been cleared up by Dope on chat. I wouldn't mind going back to look at this. I'm gonna have a quick look through.
I was actually thinking that myself because I played a half of a game for Infamous during the season and then played a half during finals. So good to see
That
it
could
cleared
be
up.
that could be Dope covering his ass too, as much as I don't want to say it.
What does Dope mean by minutes count for Div 2?
So Div 2 minutes count. So basically, you've got to have played. They don't want someone playing a half for the whole season and then playing finals. So
Yeah.
it's just minutes all up.
As
So does
long
that
as their Div 1 minutes don't outweigh Div 2 or Div 2 finals, it's okay for them to play either division.
Sounds that way.
So as long as they've played a certain amount of minutes in Division 2, they can play Div 1.
Isn't there a rule though? And this probably doesn't apply. Isn't there a rule though? If you play more minutes, okay, no, I think it's for Division 1 players only. If you play more minutes in Division 1, you can't play Division 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
But vice versa doesn't count.
It's to prevent the top quality players going back to play Div 2, basically.
Yes, yeah.
It'd be like saying I played 51 minutes of Division 2 and I played 51 minutes of Division 1 and I played 50 minutes of Division 2 and I'm ineligible. Or I played, yeah.
So does that mean Angst is eligible for loans, or does he still have to play that 10% in Divi 1, or that doesn't count?
Well, it doesn't look like that's the case according to Dope. He's said that he's eligible to play.
So they can't. So I reckon the logical decision, I think that's what Lions are about to do, is and they've done that. Put Angst in because he's scored he was second in the Golden Boot in Divi 2 with 11 goals, which is better than Maxi because Maxi's more of a goalkeeper.
So the rule here states a player is also ineligible to play in finals if they have not played in at least 10% of matches throughout the regular season. So I'm assuming that Dope's interpretation of that is they have to have played 10% of both divisions. So I'm assuming that means they have to have played 20 minutes in either division.
Of both divisions or one? I think it might be one. Anyway, we'll work it out after the game. Angst is eligible, I think.
Yeah.
We're underway in the
Angst has
second.
played a lot of minutes in Division 2. Anyway, yeah,
Yes.
I'll let you go.
Underway in the second half after that confusion. Lions starting first. Angst with his first touch in this first game. Scores at 0-0. Davo pushes it down the line. Dills out to Swoozy. The park opens up. Decides to go to the near post instead of Angst down at the far post. And the attack ends there for the Lions. Dilzer will chase it into the corner. Dilzer, oh, it's going to come off the wall. Mario will try and chase it down. He can't. It's gone in. That's a calamitous first goal. But the Lions do get it. I think it came off Dilzer last. I'll have to have a look at the replay, but regardless, Lions have the lead.
It's just come up in chat. RLC's brought up the division rules for last season. So per eligibility finals, a player becomes ineligible to play in Division 2 finals if they've accumulated more appearances in Division 1 than Division 2 over the course of the season. A player is also ineligible to play in finals if they have not played in at least 10% of matches throughout the regular season. If a player starts in Division 1 final series match, they are then ineligible to play in the corresponding match of their Division 2 final series, should the Division 2 team be playing finals as well. That's a bit of a different rule. But it's not much different. Okay. It's just the starting rule that was different. Sorry, Sparks, continue.
It's all right. Good to clear that up. Swoozy down the line. That was Dills' first goal of the finals. Only scored an own goal in the semis. That is, if it did come off Dills. I did lag a little bit from my end. Swoozy and Viper in the corner. Swoozy trying to attack down the byline. Comes down to Angst, who tries the shot. Rebounds off the wall. Mario lets it roll through. Davo. Dills and Angst getting back. Mario will see it all the way back into his own half. Go straight through the middle with the pass. Off the wall, Davo and Swoozy. Dilzer will find it. And our Viper looking for Davo. Mario here. Down the sideline. Swoozy holding sway defensively. Mario here bouncing it off the wall. Swoozy comes in from behind. Angst tries to play that one through. Mario holds his ground. Viper comes in to lend a hand. Angst getting very close to Viper.
Davo's playing
Swoozy.
too far forward to make it himself a good option.
And he's also leaving his teammates a bit high and dry as well defensively. Mario now. Viper and Dilzer down the sideline. Dilzer will run this one back and find Swoozy, who plays it down the line. Angst can bounce this one off the wall and have the shot at goal, but Mario had his position.
Opportunity, or
Mario
Viper completely running past it.
Yeah, Viper missed it almost twice. Now he has to go stride for stride with Dilzer to the corner. Out to Mario again. On halfway. He's got Davo spreading wide. Angst tried to play that one through to Swoozy, and Viper calls for the pause. Viper on 316 at the moment. My ping not much better either. But that's okay, I'm not playing. The second half has gone quickly. Only just over a minute to go. Mario Bros desperately need a goal to prevent themselves going down 1-0 in this preliminary final. Mario, the captain, will get the ball first after this restart. Swoozy through to Angst in the corner. Viper comes in to plug that gap. Gloving's joined the room again, so we'll see if he can come in maybe in the second game. Angst, Mario. Swoozy just holding his position there. playing as that stopgap down the wing. It comes out now to Davo. Can Davo do anything with it here? It bounces off the wall. Dilzer, good positioning. Oh, Angst does he almost put into his own net off the one post. Swoozy comes back, clears it down, and Dilzer can't go the other way. He kicked it a bit too early down the sideline. Angst plays it into the corner. Mario will hold it there. What a close opportunity that was for the Mario Bros.
It was a super effort from Davo to get into that position in the first place.
Mario now, Davo, Swoozy coming around. Only 20 seconds to go in this first game. Dilzer can't make a mistake here. The Lions. 15 seconds. This should be the Lions. Viper now. One last roll of the dice for the Mario Bros. But that comes to nothing for Viper. And the Lions will plug it into the corner. 2 seconds. And that is game number 1. A skinny 1-0 win for the Lions. Almost 1-1 at the very end. But the Lions go 1-0 up in this preliminary final.
The end of an exciting game in the end. Davo's almost clutch goal right at the end almost made it a overtime match again. So series is 1-0 in favour of the Lions going to match 2.
Just a quick look at the stats there. Possession was 50-50. We had, this is first half. Possession's 50-50. Lions were more active. More efficient. Susie had clearly the most ball with 99 touches according to this program. With Viper second on 83. In the second half, pretty much the same, with the possession count going just in the way of Mario Bros, and the efficiency slightly Mario Bros favoured also. Shots on goal were 9 apiece. Obviously, only the one successful shot, that being a Dilzer via Viper.
Has the new room been opened yet?
Yep.
Alright, in get. Ebus showing his opinion of the Mario Bros team, saying that they are definitely not a top 4 outfit. Do we feel like this is the case, or do we feel that he's judging them a little bit harshly?
I personally think he's pretty much on the money. I think they just... Mario doesn't get anywhere near enough support down back. Davo's been out of position more times than I was all season, and it's not good enough for a D1 side, I don't think.
It seems as though Viper's been targeted in this criticism. Barca's labelling him a Division 2 player.
He might be sensationalising it a little bit, but I certainly think he's on the right track.
I think he's a Division 1 player. I don't think he's a a top or above average Division 1 player, but I think he's your stock standard Division 1 player who is your third in the team, does the job. I think there's a lot worse players.
I'm going to restart my computer really quickly, guys. So if the game starts, one of you have to take over. Be back in like 2 seconds.
7's got you covered.
Excellent.
Oh, shit.
I think I don't think Davo's the right person to have around Viper. You might be right there. I think he needs that support from the other forward, which I don't think he's getting, and I think that was pretty clear with Davo's positioning in the first game.
I think Davo, he stepped up a bit in that last half, but I think that was more after the goal, and I think he, as was mentioned, his defence was quite lacking. It looks like we're not far from game 2 getting underway. And looks like Spikes is already back. Looks like Ebus is copping a bit of flack after his comments. Being reminded of his open goal miss in last week's clash versus the Lions. Oh, looks like my internet's going haywire at the moment. Swoozy asking the question to Dilna, how long has it been since you've made a grand final? And this could be interesting answer here. still got a little while before the game's going to start because Viper's having some major ping issues right now. And this could spell elimination for Mario Brothers. Fweshy has joined the room and hopefully he will be subbed in. We can get number 2 at the second match of this series to start. Yeah, I agree. A new room needs to be found.
Worth it for the response.
Looks like Fweshy is in.
Ping test.
Alright, we're underway it seems. Waiting for an official call. No?
1, 2, 3, am I in?
You're in.
Excellent. Cool. Game number 2. Fweshy in for the Mario Bros. Davo starting this game going down the sideline. Deals it to Swoozy. Deloving back in, which is good to see for the Lions. Fweshy blocks off Dills' pass down the sideline, and again, off the wall, plays it to the front post. Lions getting in to defend. Fweshy just dicing it out at the moment with Swoozy. Mario, Davo tries the shot. Batty kick though. Didn't come off. Kicking grass, Davo. Mario. His pass blocked off by Swoozy. Decides to go across the face. Always risky. Fweshy plays it well initially, but he's going to be closed down by Swoozy. Took his time on that one, Fweshy. Dilzer clears it out. Deloving makes the run down the left. Comes back to Dilzer. Looked like he wanted to go through
A
this.
bit long.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to go through the centre, but that gap just didn't open up for him. Swoozy again closing down, forcing Davo to play behind. Mario just clears the area. Now Dilza.
Fleshy needs to get into space a bit more often to give him a chance.
Good ball from Mario to Davo into the front post. Can Davo push it in? He can't. Dilza somehow keeps it out. It took
Very
all of
good
his
effort
might.
from Dilza.
Great finger strength there, and had Swoozy drop out. Good finger strength from Dilza to span that X key and keep it out. But what a chance for the Mario Bros. Yeah, I think if your ping is anything above maybe 130, it's all it really took. Maybe on your screen or anyone else's screen to see that one go through, but
that was an amazing play there from both teams.
So the restart, Mario, Fweshy, blocked off by Swoozy. Fweshy goes again and again. Dilza clears it out.
Doing a good job here, questioning out.
It's been really attacking since he's started this game. Mario down to Davo. Into the corner.
Well, not a good back pass.
Yeah, he wanted to go down the byline, but DeLoving blocked off that path. DeLoving has to be careful with the defensive clearance. Mario. Sweezy comes in, but Mario was back there.
He needs
Davo.
Not a great pass.
Swoozy played in with the shot.
Save.
Great, brilliant shot, I thought, from Swoozy, but even better save from Mario.
Davo needs to start tightening up his passing because he started to give Mario a lot more than he should be having to handle.
Good ball down the line. DeLoving. Swoozy coming in looking for the rocket. Mario Bros closed it off. Dilza. Central for Swoozy. Out and out of Fweshy. Didn't control the wall bounce all that well, did Fweshy. Dilza through to Swoozy. Good ball. Mario always there backing up. And now Fweshy, who's drifted off to the top side. Dilza all the way down now for Swoozy. Up the line. Mario looked to switch. Fweshy does. Spotted Davo really well. He'll push this one into the final third. Dilza's there standing his ground. Now Mario. Swoozy did well to block it off. And it's a 2-on-1 here. DeLoving with the shots! And it goes in. Lions 1-0 again. Great piece of play from the Lions. Mario Bros found themselves all at sea. It was 2-on-1 for the Lions and a great piece of play. DeLoving finishes it off. Just another goal for him.
Some poor positioning there from Davo, getting in behind the his opponent and giving him a chance to slide in behind and be available for the goal. It's a shame because Mario Bros were starting to hold their own a little bit in that passage of play. We'll soon see if they're able to reply with a goal here.
Yeah, it was a classic 2v1. When you get there, there's not much your keeper's going to be able to do.
Three minutes 10 into the game, DeLoving with his third goal in the final series. His first in this particular series, in the prelims. Lions find themselves 1-0 up again. Still plenty of this match to go, though.
I feel like it's going to be a bridge too far for the Mario Bros to get back into this game.
From the restart, Mario Bros attacking hard, pushing that one into the corner. Swoozy had an opportunity to clear that one down the line, but let Davo do his thing. Mario to Viper. So Viper's on, Fweshy off. Getting that first team back on the park, the Mario Bros. Viper. Davo. Mario coming up high to play that angled pass scene. Viper again. Scuff the shot. Mario pressing up high down that sideline for Davo. Swizzy again coming across and blocking up that corner. DeLoving clears it away.
Oh,
That one's spun out the back. It's going to roll in. Will it? Viper would just get there. Lucky in the end. DeLoving.
There's a chance here if you can get onto the ball quickly. Down
the open side. Great bounce. Plays the cross. It just took a slight deflection though. Didn't come all the way across to Viper. Dilzer gets himself in a good position. Bodies himself in the way of Viper. Now Mario playing up really high, trying to be the creator inside the attacking half. DeLoving, not well done there from the Mario Bros. It will bounce off the wall. Will it roll in again? It will. And it's 2-0 now for the Lions. I believe that last touch, did it come off Mario? I lagged right at the crucial moment. Yeah, it was an own goal.
And I feel that spells elimination for the Mario Bros. And a grand final appearance for the Lions. Unless something dramatic can happen in the next half of football.
Potentially the final half of this preliminary final series, with the Lions leading 2-0, the biggest lead that we've had in the prelims. Mario Bros have just lapsed too often in defence, giving those chances to the Lions. Dilzer.
Good pass.
Really well done.
Across down. Viper scores an own goal there.
And Swizzy almost gets in around behind as well and almost scored on Mario, but the shot was wide. Swizzy again. Could have played that one through to DeLoving. Should have played it a bit earlier. Viper gave him time to come in and defend. Dilzer. Swizzy. Great wall bounce around to DeLoving. DeLoving will cross it back into Swizzy. He takes the shot, but on the angle. Fades away from goal. Viper into the corner. Swizzy. Front position.
Pause has been called, but there's nothing happening.
Was prime position for a pause in the corner. DeLoving off the wall. All the way back to Dilzer. Great ball around the side. Swoozy got position on Viper. Let that one bounce too far behind. Viper almost an own goal. Davo on the last line. DeLoving sneaks in.
Mario needs to go forward now. Just get someone else to keep and let him do something.
Davo and Swoozy. Dilzer pushes it down for DeLoving. Tried the shot. Viper took the deflection. Mario being closed down by Swoozy. Davo has to be careful, and he is. Clears the area. Dilzer will throw it back in. Out to Viper. To the corner. Cleared away by Swoozy. Mario sharing it across with Viper this time. Swoozy again closing him down. He's been really good defensively, Swoozy. Gets there quickly. Puts pressure on early. And that one's been cleared away. Still plenty of time in this half, but it's a 2-goal deficit that the Mario Bros will have to try and graft back. Davo up the line. Dilzer will swing his body around and play it into the corner.
Just giving them a few more seconds that they don't have to defend their goal. He's quite adept at keeping the ball in this defensive corner, and Davo's not trying to turn his body.
Dills is the best in the comp for that.
It can backfire though against players who are very good at positioning their body though.
Mario had to be careful there against Swoozy. Luckily for him, that little spam battle spits out kindly for the Mario Bros. And now Viper. Nifty little wall bounce to Davo, but they get themselves too close to each other. Mario, pass cut down by DeLoving. DeLoving will go again. Comes out now to Davo. Good ball from Dilzer through the gap. Now Swoozy on this near side. Off the wall, Deloving makes the run into the corner. Swoozy will pull back. Davo comes in, clears it out.
Dills should just be pumping it forward now.
Oh, great ball from Dills. Almost Swoozy, almost off Davo for the own goal. Somehow the Mario Bros get it clear. The Lions are really just harassing the Mario Bros now. Peppering the goals. Dills a great ball again to Loving. They're getting tired here, the Mario Bros. Swoozy across. Almost a chance for an own goal. Viper kept his finger off the X button that time. DeLoving. The field had opened up on the near side of the field, the bottom side for Swoozy. DeLoving takes it off Viper. Again down the sideline. Davo comes across. Their desperate defending has opened the field up at times for the Lions. Davo plays the cross in. Swoozy.
Just seems like a bit of a training run now, I think.
Viper. His cross was shut down by DeLoving. Swoozy into the corner.
If there are any chance of pulling it back.
Only a minute to go in this preliminary final. Lions leading 1-0.
Thought DeLoving was going to keep running forward there, but he decided to let Swoozy make the play.
And a 2-on-1 here for the Mario Bros. They might get a goal back.
Davo not using his body to push Swoozy into a poor position. It cost him.
Lions leading 1-0 in the series, 2-0 in this game. 30 seconds to go. If they hold on, which they most likely will, they'll go into the grand final. DeLoving. Viper down the line. Deals up. Just knocks it into the corner to waste a few more seconds. Swoozy will hold it in there. Viper with the shot. Blocked away by DeLoving. 10 seconds. Mario almost gave up. A ricochet out the back. And that will be the final. Mario with the final touch. And it's a 2-0 win in the prelim, in the game and in the series for the Lions. And next week, it'll be the Lions against Infamous in the Division 1 Grand Final. And that is going to be a fantastic series. Not the most entertaining series, this prelim. It was really well handled by the Lions, and I think a lot of people, including myself, tipped the Lions to win 2-0.
Lions just got the job done. It's as simple as that, really.
Certainly the right result for an entertaining grand final anyway.
It's a shame that Mario's team couldn't score and put some pressure on the Lions in that last match, but they just could not find the net. All right.
I'll just load up some stats in a sec.
All right. Let's find out where Dope Save is at.
Rightio. In the first, we had Davo had the lion's share of the possessions. 81 kicks, 7 shots. Don't know how realistic this is because it seems too much, but anyway.
How many shots of those were Davo's when he was spamming?
Yeah, well, that's it too. Yeah, so we had obviously Swoozy assist, DeLoving goal, and Mario's goal. In the first, so shots were 14-4 in the way of Mario Bros. Obviously, we've got the Davo spam fest there. Possessions were pretty even, 51-49 Mario Bros. And effective possessions, 54-42 Mario Bros. In the second, Davo again. I'm not sure if there was any spam battles there, but Davo 124 touches, Swoozy 119. From there it's Viper 77, Dills 54, DeLoving 52, and Mario 44. Shots on goal, it was again in Mario Bros' favour. Obviously they needed to attack, being 2-0 down, 8-4. Possession 52 Mario Bros, 48 Lions, and effective possessions 44% for Mario Bros and 47% for Lions. I guess a bit telling in there. Davo 124 touches at a success rate of 38%. So.
Fuck is this? Sorry, I'm moving out of the room.
Sets up what should be a good contest next week anyway. Yeah, any final thoughts?
No, I think we'll have a really good series next week. That'll be the two best teams going head to head. So hopefully we go the whole way. It's going to be a 5-game series, isn't it?
Correct.
Hopefully we play the full thing.
So yeah, next week, Lions and Infamous. Good luck to both sides, but not too much luck to Lions. Good work.